I am so excited to welcome 4 special guests to Aviation Challenge this morning. The crew of Inspiration4, the first all-civilian mission to space.
When the opportunity presented itself, we knew it was going to be a first, and a first is significant. And we also believe that there's a significant responsibility that if you are going to go, that you have to take care of some of the responsibilities that we have here on Earth today. And that's why such an important part of Inspiration4 is a massive fundraising effort for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital.
This mission will carry not 1, but 2 of our very own explorers, and 2 more explorers with connections to us. The 4 crew members in this flight represent the mission pillars of leadership, hope, generosity, and prosperity. The Inspiration4 commander, Jared Isaacman, attended Aviation Challenge when he was just 12 years old. He represents leadership on this flight and is both the benefactor and the commander of this amazing mission.
It's great to be back here. It's been like 26 years since I was a camper here at Aviation Challenge. This was exposure to many things in aviation that you don't get at home, playing a computer game, which is probably all the aviation exposure I had prior to coming here. And then later on in life, when I was, looking for a hobby outside of work, it was the memories here that brought me back to aviation.
Dr. Cyan Proctor represents prosperity and encourages people to use their unique strengths and passion to inspire others.
In 2009, I was a finalist for the NASA astronaut selection process, and I got down to the yes-no phone call. Unfortunately, it was a no, but then I went off to become an analog astronaut. And an analog astronaut is somebody who lives in Moon and Mars missions here on Earth to help advance human spaceflight, but now have become an actual astronaut through Inspiration4.
I won the prosperity seat as an artist. I paint and I also write poetry.
And I won that by opening up a Shift4 shop and doing a Twitter video that expressed my entrepreneurial spirit. If we can send artists and poets and musicians to be able to capture the spirit of human spaceflight, then we're fueling the next generation of great scientists and engineers to imagine a world that we can't even imagine now.
Haley Arsenault represents the value of hope as she gives hope to all of her patients as a physician's assistant at St. Jude's.
St. Jude emailed me. They said they had to talk to me about a unique opportunity and that they were going to give me a call the next day. They started talking to me about Jared and how he had this idea to use the first all-civilian mission to space for good and to benefit St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, where I was a patient at age 10 and where I now work. And then they absolutely shocked me by asking if I wanted to go to space with them. And immediately I said yes, just recognizing what a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity this is, and then also how much good this is doing for the hospital that saved my life.
The Inspiration4 flight will also carry a former Space Camp counselor to space, Chris Sombrowski. This is the first time that one of our own Space Camp counselors will be flying into space, and we could not be more proud and excited for his journey.
My experience with Space Camp was walking down the halls of Embry-Riddle one day, and a buddy of mine, we were just chatting. He's like, you know what if I could get you a job where you get some housing, you get to get a little bit of a paycheck, and you get to teach kids about space and hang out down at the Space Coast. I thought, that's a pretty good summer gig. He set me up with an interview down at Space Camp, Florida, and the rest was history. I just fell in love with the place. I had a great opportunity to learn all about the history of space and share that educational mission that Space Camp has with all of our campers and with their parents. It was a really cool thing to see. This Inspiration4 mission showed up during the Super Bowl as a way to win a trip to space, and I thought I could help support St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, and I get a cool mission patch out of it. This is a no-brainer. Get on a Zoom meeting with Jared Isaacman, and as we go on the Zoom call, eventually my friend shows up on there from Embry-Riddle as well. And then Jared actually mentioned to me that, actually, he's the one who won the competition and has given the seat to you on this flight. And so we'd like to welcome you on board the Inspiration4 crew.
This morning when we started, once you saw the lake and that training area, well, then a ton of memories came back. And I remember the Top Gun competition when we were in the simulators, but had very little exposure to the other side, which was Space Camp. So that was a first. So today we did that multi-axis trainer, and we did our moonwalk race, which was pretty cool. So it was great to see the other side of it.
Coming to Space Camp has been a childhood dream. And now to come here and to see the facility and to be able to go through some of the simulators, I am so excited. I feel like I just, it was the tip of the iceberg, and I cannot wait to come back and have the full experience.
Going through the simulator training, it brought back a lot of cool memories, not just of what some campers got to experience, but some of those things that you develop between other counselors as these lifelong friendships, and they become extended members of your family after going through similar experiences.
We've had the best day with Space Camp and Aviation Challenge. Everyone has been so welcoming. These kids have been so supportive of our mission. They asked incredible questions, and they just gave us such encouragement.
What are you looking forward to the most when you go to space?
I work with some really brave kids with cancer, and whenever we're in space, we're gonna call the St. Jude patients. And I'm really excited to just show them what they can do when they grow up too. And now that I've done Space Camp, I think I'm even more prepared for my mission. So thank y'all for letting us cut in and hang out with y'all today.
What would be some inspirational thoughts that you would possibly give some of us for the future?
Be a lifelong learner and explorer, and figure out what your passions are, and then just go after those, because it's going to lead to opportunities.
Sometimes it does get hard to get up in the morning, and what inspires you to jump out of bed every morning, and what gives you the motivation to keep going every morning?
Find your passion, go after it. Don't just settle for staying in bed all day. There's too much to do, too many exciting things that can happen. Go after it, and it'll get you motivated.
Not everyone has had childhood cancer, but I think everyone has had to overcome something. And I hope that they can look at our mission and get a lot of hope from it that there will be better days.
I mean, we are trying to send a very powerful and inspiring message to the world of certainly what's possible, in space and in the world beyond ours, but also what you can accomplish here on Earth as well. And through every one of the crew members, who all have a very inspiring story in their own right, that they will reach out to an audience, and maybe some of them will never want to be astronauts someday, but will know that they can encounter challenges and obstacles in life and overcome them, that they can still realize their dreams later in life. There's just so many good elements about the Inspiration4 story, and I hope we passed on some of them today when we met with the campers.